Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. I wanted to jump on here today and talk to you a little bit about grief. I also am going to pull some cards for you to give you some messages. But before we get started with that, I wanted to talk about something that I don't really think gets talked a lot about when we're discussing the grief journey, and that's how quickly your family dynamic can change. It's tough, of course, when you lose a loved one, but when that loved one was the glue that held the family together. For example, in my situation, my mom was the one who passed away 2 years ago to cancer, and she really was like the guiding force in our family. When she passed away, the closeness of our family kind of died along with her. We used to always do things together, and then people just sort of, I think, lost their way. They had to grieve in their own way. And so they, in that grieving process, kind of disconnected a little bit. And that can leave you feeling lonely and just scared of what might happen. It's confusing. And a lot of people don't really understand that when you're when you've lost someone, when you're going through the grief journey, you're not just grieving the person that you lost. A lot of times you're also grieving other family members, other people that you just don't see anymore. Because again, if that person who died was the glue who held your family together, maybe there's no one saying, hey, we need to have these family get-togethers. Or sometimes people grieve by isolating themselves. I talk about that in my book. I mean, it's understandable that people want to do that. It's not a healthy way necessarily to grieve. But I talk about how that has an effect on everyone else in that family dynamic as well. I wrote my book, Beautiful Mourning, A Guide to Life After Loss, after losing my mom to cancer. And I just talk about what it was like going through that whole process, from her getting diagnosed to having to watch her slowly fade away in front of us. And then I talk about what happened afterwards, because that's really where the grief journey truly starts to take hold, is after the loss. And I talk about what that was like in our family dynamic. I also give you some tools and tips for how to move through this process with a little more grace and ease. The thing about grieving is that everyone is different and everyone grieves differently. And there's not necessarily a right or wrong way to grieve, but there are healthier ways than others to grieve. It can be very painful to watch a family member go through the grief process and self-destruct. And that's sort of what's happened in our own family dynamic, is watching some people do that. It's hard to do, and it's hard to sit on the sidelines. My hope in writing this book is maybe to encourage and give others a little comfort during this time of great pain. So you can get Beautiful Mourning on Amazon. It's also available on Barnes & Noble and Apple Books. I highly recommend it if you're stuck in that grief process, because I know how incredibly painful that can be. I wanted to pull some cards for you today from the Talking to Heaven deck by James Van Praagh. So if there's someone that you've lost, someone you're missing, take a moment just to think about that person, and we're going to see what messages want to come out for you. So we have been in dreams together. Perhaps you remember, you wake up from your dream and it seems so vivid and real, and there's been a visitation from your loved one in your dream. I do believe that those visitations are real, and that our loved ones come to comfort us and let us know that they're okay. We will be together again. So this is just a reminder that death is a temporary thing. It's just an earthly thing. Your loved one has graduated to the next level, and you will also graduate to that next level someday as well, and you'll see them again. My mind is free. So if your loved one had struggled mentally before they passed, know that that is no longer an issue for them. Their mind is free of clutter. I watch over you every day. There's a heart, so maybe you see hearts and maybe yellow flowers. Your loved one is still very much with you, still very much part of your life, wanting to watch over you and be with you. So hopefully you feel that comfort that they bring. And you have, as a soul, I can be in several places at once. So yeah, a lot of people think, well, they can't be with me all the time, but they actually can. They can be in several places at once and still be with you. I wish I had told you more I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. So your loved one wants to let you know they love you very much, and they wish they had told you that more in this life. I feel healthy and happy, so if they had illness, they're free of that now. I am with the rest of the family. There was a wonderful reunion when they passed, and I talk about in my book learning how to shift your perspective when you go through a loss. Instead of trying to focus on our own pain, if we can focus on the fact that they're not in pain anymore and they're in a very beautiful place, I will always point you in the right direction. So your loved one is guiding you. Maybe you feel the loving guidance from them from the other side. Know that that is very much real. They are there lovingly guiding you and helping you. So feel their presence. You can still talk to them, and know that you will see them one day. Death is just a temporary thing here. And hopefully that helps you. Again, if you need more help, if you're stuck in that grief journey, you can purchase my book, Beautiful Mourning, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or also on Apple Books. So I'm going to pull some tarot just to give you some messages for what maybe you need to know in the upcoming days. So the first card coming out is, if you find it difficult to focus, choose one thing that's the most important and don't rush into action. It might be better to postpone it for a while. That way you'll be able to avoid stress and problems down the road. So do not rush into any action today. Pick one thing and really focus on that. You have the Three of Swords coming out next. And this is about, unpleasant news, right? Heartache, heartbreak. I feel for most of you this already happened. But don't give up. This heartache, the hardships will not last forever. This is only a temporary thing. Have hope that things will get better. You also have the Queen of Wands coming out. So take decisive action on something. Rely on your strength and creative energy. And know that whatever you put your mind to today will be successful as long as you devote your talent to that. Today is your day. So start something today that will help you in your future. Maybe you take a course today, you start that new project. Today is your day, especially in business and finance. So pay attention to all of the things that are going on around you. Don't miss any opportunities that might come your way. You have the Ace of Pentacles, so there may be some new opportunity walking in for you today. Don't miss that opportunity. And then expect bright and unusual events today, both in your personal life and work. They are likely to help you, and they're going to be, something is going to come in that is actually going to help you in the long term. And I believe it's divinely guided. So pay attention to new opportunities that arise today, to new people who walk into your life today, because they've been divinely orchestrated. And pulling the card that I did earlier about the loved ones watching over you and guiding you, your loved ones may be bringing people into your life to help you. Whether for some of you, I think it's a romantic thing, like they're almost like arranging a meetup where if you go to this cafe or you go to this place, you meet somebody and you're like, oh, that was almost like fate. It is. It's like your loved ones trying to orchestrate that to help you out. For others, it may be a job opportunity or some sort of business opportunity. Again, I think your loved ones are helping you because they're lovingly guiding you still from the other side. So I hope that those messages resonated. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you're grieving, my heart is with you. I understand how difficult that journey is and that process is, but there is healing and hope on the other side of that, and you can recover from this. You can still live a very beautiful life, and I hope that you do. If you'd like to work with me, I do private readings. You can book a half-hour or hour reading with me. I do healing sessions. I also do coaching sessions, so if you want to work with me, you can book a session with me. All of that from my website. I don't reach out to people and message them, so if someone's doing that, that's not me. You can go to melissaoatman.com, and then you can see the services that I offer. You can purchase a session directly from my website and then reach out to me to schedule it. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.